Hi everyone, Sherry here. Today I'm going to do a pen and wash watercolor and going to do florals. Now I was asked, I uploaded a video that was florals, this loose florals, wet on wet. And I was asked if I could do a video of watercolor in the background and of various colors and then white flowers, which I thought was a great idea. So I'm going to give that a shot today. So I'm just wetting my Arches 100% cotton paper. And as you know, probably know, I don't want any pooled water, just some glistening. I just want my page to glisten. So I think that's probably wet enough, and I'm just going to drop in some color. I'll be using Winsor and Newton and Daniel Smith today. So let's go for some pretty, and M. Graham. This purple is M. Graham. So let's start here. Like I said, just laying down my wash for now. And I'm just picking pretty well random colors. This is a glycerin crimson. I think we need some yellow in here. This medium yellow, Daniel Smith. I'm gonna wet my, oops, not with that I'm not. I guess we'll put some more yellow there. Now I've traced out the inside of a mat, an oval here, so that I'm prepared, if I really like this, I'm prepared to frame it, mat it and frame it. This is cerulean blue. And let's throw in some phthalo green. Strong color, so maybe a little bit down here. And some more in the center, and I'm going over to my Winsor and Newton and going to use cobalt blue. Okay, now I've left a lot of white space there because I want to come in with some greens to indicate leaves. It's okay. Okay, now I'm going to, one more leaf here, I think. I'm going to come in and make a couple of those a little bit darker, so I'm going to add some Payne's Gray to give me more of an olive green, and that's just for some contrast. And I think we'll make this one a darker, this one darker. And let's see, let's make this one darker too. Leaving a wee bit of white space there. Okay, now I have some space up here. I think I'll come in with, what will I come in with? Another color, I think. Let's try, let's just bring in some buff. Just so you can, you know, sort of have some contrast. A little bit more buff up in the top, I think. And I think we're all right. Okay, going to dry that and then we'll come back. So I've dried that, but I do want to come in and put a little more of my paint into a couple of the centers. And I think I will do that with, let me see, I think I'll do it with the phthalo green, this one. And I think one of the blues. Let's come in with some ultramarine blue. And my red, my glycerin red, glycerin crimson to be exact. I'm going to dry that again. Maybe one of the yellows too. Just I'm going to come in with cadmium yellow though on this one. It's a deeper yellow, not quite as bright. And I think I'll do that over here too, just to give it some balance. We seem to be from here over. So I think, Yeah, I'll do it again with this yellow here. Okay, I think our balance is fairly good. Now to make it really good, I would put a center in there. I don't know. Yeah, I think I will. Now that's my M. Graham violet. And for those of you that don't know, M. Graham has a honey base. So it makes it that much creamier. So there, I think we're okay there. We'll dry that and we'll come in and do our pen work. All right, so everything is dry. Now, if you're using a Micron pen, you need to make sure that your little watercolor is totally dry. They don't like coming into wet or damp areas. It'll destroy your pen, which I've done all too many times. So I have a Signo gel pen here, white gel pen. Now these are, don't know what size they are actually. Let me see if I can get a size on here. No, I don't see anything that indicates its size. I would say the tip is about the same size as a maybe 0.05 of a Micron pen, if you're more familiar with Micron pens. Okay, so and I have this little brush to dip in my modeling paste. It's a stiff little, not totally stiff, but relatively thicker and stiffer than others. And or I'm going to use a pencil. Haven't decided. So yeah, so let's start off with our Micron pen and draw in. Now I did some centers here because I wanted to have something to choose from for this type of flower. So let's do our flower. Now I'm going to indicate some sort of veining here. So coming down from the top, up from the bottom, and a little bit darker where the petals are meeting. Different lengths. Maybe I'll just do this area first. Now that will give you, as you can see, the idea that the petals are coming in toward the center. Make your lines a little bit at a curve. And this is, you know, somewhat intuitive, deciding what to do as I go, but with a sort of plan. I actually prefer just to do it totally intuitively, because then I'm not as disappointed if it doesn't turn out the way I had imagined. So I try not to imagine it too much, because then you're stuck with following sort of rules. Okay, so that is that. I think I'm going to, for now, I'm going to just make some circles and semicircles for my center, and I'll decide if I want to make that center totally black later. But I'll leave it like this for now. Okay, so there's that flower. Now I'm going to put less stems in than I usually do because I find it makes it a little bit crowded, a little bit too busy. So I'm going to try to just have flower heads, more flower heads. And the only stem work I plan to do is little branches of leaves or a type of flower that would be in stems. So this is done. Now we can look at what other kind of flower, if we want to put another flower like that in, which I think this would lend itself to that flower again. Yeah, let's do it down here. One more flower like that. And again, where the petals meet. Now this is why I put the darker centers in before we started our pen work. And again, light wispy lines from the bottom up and from the top down. And I think I'm going to leave that center for now. We can always come back and decide what we want to do with something later. Now I'm going to bring in I think I'm going to make this one now. I'm not sure what this is. This could be a Queen Anne's lace. That's the base of our flower. And then we're going to come in with our white and sort of punch in, gently punch in our modeling paste. moving my little brush in different directions. Okay. Now I want to maybe introduce another round flower with the white modeling paste, and I think I'll do that here. So let's do that now. All right. Okay. I might bring another one, small one, round over here. Not so evident because it's over yellow, but that's okay. We're just going to leave that for now and decide if we need to come in and do something more. Now I want to bring in a bit of my Micron pen again and draw some stems. So I think a nice stem would look good right here. It's just a stem of leaves. And as you can see, I'm not lining them up together. I'll be careful with my little flower there. Now I'm going to leave that in here for now. I can fill that in later off camera, so you're not sitting here just watching me fill in these leaves. Just get it started so you get an idea. Just how much that adds to the little painting. A great deal. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some more stems, but these stems are going to be flowers. So I think I want to work on this flower first. So let's do something with this flower. Let's see. We could make a yellow rose out of this. So we're just going to start with little half moons. These are going to be, as you can see, not lined up. So between these two, I will put another one. And just keep going around until I've created the appearance of a rose. As you see, I'm not lining them up. So there's one ends here, one ends here, so I will go this way. And they're all a different size. Okay, we can leave that for now. All right, now let's bring a stem of berries in. We can bring this from the outside up. And we're going to need our paint again. And I'm going for a lesser red, crimson. And I'm using my Winsor and Newton student grade because it's a deeper red than what I have in my other palettes. So let's come in with some red berries. Now I want you to see how I'm mixing this. Not too much water. And that should do it. Just a stem of berries. And that will work. And again, we'll see if we want to bring some more in later. It's just good to gauge where you're at as you're going along. Now I'm going to bring another stem in. Now this is, as I said, a stem of flowers. So I think I will, let me see, I want to place this in a good, put this in a good place. Now I chose this purple background because I'm going to fill this in with white. And it will stand out up against the purple. So now these are pretty well one across from the other. And another one a little bit shorter beside it. And yet a third one coming up here. Okay, we're going to fill that in with our white gel pen. Not fussing too much, just inside my black lines. Now, if you decide to finish this off with something like Kmart varnish, you will need to come in after you've sprayed your varnish, or a couple of coats, whatever you decide, and redo your gel pen, because the varnish tends to dull the gel pen somewhat. So if you want that whiteness, you'll have to come back in and just redo, quickly redo. It's not a major thing. Just quickly redo your your white areas. Okay. Now, I think I'll do another one of those, but just the white gel pen. And we could, where could we do that? Maybe over here. Maybe coming sort of in from outside the picture. All right, I think I want to fill this in. It's standing out a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to fill it in with white. Just to cover up a little bit of the black lines. I want the white to stand out in this little painting. Okay. Okay. What else do we need to do here? I think I'm going to add some more of the modeling paste, just to bring the white out versus the purple in the background. I like the purple there, but I don't want it. I want it to be predominantly white. So just a little bit more here. And maybe another small, well, we lost our white flower here, didn't we? Maybe bring that in over our purple paint. And we won't worry about it being too predominant. It can fade into the rest. Okay. Now I'm going to put the blow dryer over that to dry it a little bit, and then we'll come back and take a look at where we're at. Okay, so now I wasn't happy with this rose I tried to do over the yellow with the black Micron pen. It was just too stark. So I went over this with some cobalt blue, and of course I've got this sort of blue-green color, which is lovely. Now I can come back and put that rose back in, since it's a darker color, which I think I'll do. Yeah, I think this will work much better. Sometimes you just, you know, have to change as you go along. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And I think I'll do another rose. What will I do? This would lend itself to a rose, I think. We could try that. Not sure if it's too light. You really do kind of need, if you're going to bring the black Micron pen in, you need kind of a dark color in the background. Yeah, we could try a rose there again. Let's give it a shot. There we go. I'm just going to add some just to totally confuse you. Just some wobbly lines to sort of connect it. You could do that, or you could have left it as it was. I'm going to bring in another spray of flowers here. And just lightly draw these in. Very light pen for this. And I don't know, but at this point I don't think I need to come in with the white pen because it's on the yellow for the background. So that may work by itself. And of course, you do your painting as you see fit. And it's just some ideas of what you might do. Now that feels like it needs another shorter one here, I think. There, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to come in with another flower. I think I'll do another one of these. We have 2. It's nice to work with 3s and 5s. So I'm wondering where people are viewing from. I'm in Nova Scotia, which is a peninsula on the east coast of Canada. We're surrounded by water. Well, not totally, or we'd be an island. We're a peninsula. We're connected to the province of New Brunswick. And of course, we're close to Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, for those of you that are in the US. We have, I think, on average, the warmest winter in Canada because we have no northern region to bring our averages down. We have lots of snow in the winter, but it's fairly mild. Our average temperature in winter is -1. So I don't know what that works out to Fahrenheit. Would that be like 30 or around 30, I think? Since 32 is freezing. Yeah, so that's us in Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia, in French is Nouvelle-Écosse. We have some French communities. My family actually is Quebecois and Acadian French. So yeah, it means Nouvelle-Écosse in French. It means New Scotland. We have a lot of people with Scottish heritage here. A lot of Mackenzies, McDonalds, McKenna. A lot of Macs. Okay, so there's my other flower. I'm trying to decide yet. I think I'll do the same center idea as this one. So I don't know when we were founded. For some reason 1765 comes up, but that can't be it because the Acadians were expelled around mid-1600s, I believe. So now the expulsion of the Acadians is, a lot of people came from France and settled in beautiful farmland in the Annapolis Valley, and the British came in and, you know, kind of took their land. So it's part of our history. So all the Acadian families that were, you know, settled during that time, their name is memorialized in a large plaque at the museum in the valley in Grand Pré, my family being one of those names. So yeah, little history of my family. Okay, now where did we go into? I also put in this blue flower because I needed to balance it out a bit. I had this dark flower here and I needed something a little darker over on this side just to have that balance. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I think I will maybe create another style of flower. Let's go with a little center here and just do this style. I love flowers, but I'm not very well versed in the names of flowers. You know, I know your standards, but yeah, I'm not, I have to look it up if I'm interested, usually. Okay, well, we're doing fairly well here. I don't want the video to go on forever. We'd like another one of these stems here though, and I'm thinking right here. So let's do that. As you can see, I did fill this in when I left to dry this. Now, to me, these black stems just really create interest and gives your little painting. I shouldn't say little painting. Referring to it as a little painting sort of indicates a lack of significance. So I shouldn't do that. I think I shouldn't do that. Because I'm sure whatever you're painting is significant, right? I'd be curious to know too what other people do with their paintings. Do you make cards with them? Do you sell them? Do you give them away? Do you collect them? Do you put them under your bed? Just what do you do with all your artwork? Donate it? Okay. There, that's a nice balance. I don't think we need 3 because we have other things balancing it out. But we are pretty centered here, so we need to do something over here. So let's do something with this white flower. Sorry, yellow. Let's do something with this yellow flower. What can we do here? Actually, we could just... Yeah, I think we need another flower here. But the black on the yellow, I wasn't happy with it here, so I don't know if I'd be happy with it here either. So what we can do is let's bring another little spray of berries here. That's what we'll do. So I need to get out my paint again. And just a wee bit of water. So we want this quite dark, or I want it quite dark. You'll decide for yourself. And you might notice I did put a bit of white on the berries. Sometimes I do things I don't quite know why. So that's one of them. I don't quite know why. Okay, we have both of them going this way, so now I have to bring another one in coming this way, I think. Yeah, we might be all right. We might be okay. Okay. I'll just leave that for a bit. Sorry, I was just gazing, losing myself. Okay. We might be done, actually. Just trying to think if we need to bring anything more in. If we're not done, we're pretty close. Maybe something here. And we might be done. Now another type of flower maybe. Let's see, what can we do there? Maybe just a design. Gee whiz. Well, I'm going to dry that, and while I'm drying that, I'm going to think about what we can do here. And we have a little space here. We might just leave these. Might just leave it. Maybe bring in one stem like this. We'll think about that. So I'm going to dry this, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. What I've decided to do is make a couple more of these, 2 more, and make them a little smaller to make it a sort of cluster. So let's do that. Let's put this one here. And this one here. Now, I think I'll extend this out a little bit. And maybe add a few little dots here. Just small ones. Okay, this sort of offsets the darkness of this too. I think we're done. I do believe we're done. Now I'm going to take my tape off. And I want to show you how our painting looks with try a few different mats, just to take a look at how it will look with the mat. Remember, always pull your tape away from your painting, just in case an accident's waiting to happen. My feet are so cold. My feet are always cold, except in the middle of August, my feet aren't cold, but the rest of the time my feet are cold. And I hate wearing anything on my feet. I'm one of these people that would go around barefoot all year if I could. So, yeah, let's bring in some mats and see how our painting looks. Now that's just a single mat. Pretty. Of course, I'm going to say pretty for everything. I'll bring our picture down a bit. Now this one's the inside mat's a little lighter, which helps your painting to pop out a little more. Here we have one with yellow. That's pretty. And red. I have all kinds of mats. I get my mats from the matshop.ca, and there's also the matshop.com in the US. The red looks really nice, I think. We have green. Oh, the green looks nice too. And we have a green. Okay, we have a green single mat. I'm kind of liking the double mats though. That works. And we have a purple. Sometimes just fun to... Purple works too. They all work. They're all beautiful. Well, that a little less so. And we have a beautiful gray slate blue sort of. That works too. So which one did I like? I think I liked the red one, didn't I? With the white. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was informative for you. I'm not a professionally or formally trained watercolorist, as you probably have gathered. I'm on my journey too. If you're on the beginning of your journey, you have a lot to look forward to. And so I hope you picked up a few tips from this. I hope you enjoyed it. Would really appreciate a thumbs up. Makes a big difference to those of us that are YouTube creators. And if you haven't subscribed, today would be a great day to do that. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.